Cleopatra VII Theophilopator, commonly known as Cleopatra, was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. She is one of the most famous figures from antiquity, known for her beauty, intelligence, and her relationships with two of the most powerful men of her time, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Her life and reign have captured the imagination of countless writers, historians, and artists throughout history. Here are some key points about Cleopatra. Birth and lineage. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC in Alexandria, Egypt. She was a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty, which was descended from Ptolemy I Soter, one of Alexander the Great's generals. The Ptolemaic dynasty ruled Egypt after the death of Alexander. Rise to power. Cleopatra ascended to the throne in 51 BC, after the death of her father Ptolemy XII A.I.T. She initially ruled alongside her younger brother Ptolemy XIII, but their relationship quickly turned into a power struggle. Relationship with Julius Caesar. Cleopatra famously formed a romantic and political alliance with Julius Caesar. She visited Rome in 46 BC and stayed with Caesar, with whom she had a son named Caesarion. This relationship strengthened her position in Egypt and allowed her to retain her throne. Civil war and alliance with Mark Antony. After the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC, Cleopatra returned to Egypt. She later formed a relationship with Mark Antony, one of Caesar's top generals. Their alliance was both romantic and political, and they had 3 children together. Battle of Actium and death. The alliance between Cleopatra and Mark Antony led to tensions with Octavian, later known as Augustus, another of Caesar's generals, who became Antony's rival. The conflict culminated in the naval Battle of Actium in 31 BC, where Octavian's forces defeated Antony and Cleopatra's forces. Facing defeat, Cleopatra and Antony committed suicide. Cleopatra is said to have died by allowing herself to be bitten by an asp, a poisonous snake. Legacy and historical impact. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of Egypt's incorporation into the Roman Empire. Her life and story have been depicted in numerous works of art, literature, and film. However, much of what is known about Cleopatra comes from the writings of her enemies, such as Roman historians like Plutarch and Cassius Dio, which might have contributed to a somewhat skewed view of her character and actions. Cleopatra's legacy has endured through the ages, and her name continues to evoke intrigue and fascination. She is remembered as a powerful and intelligent leader who used her alliances and influence to try to maintain Egypt's independence during a tumultuous period in history. Multilingual and scholarly, Cleopatra was known for her intelligence and fluency in multiple languages, including Greek and Egyptian. She was also well educated in various subjects, including philosophy, mathematics, and diplomacy. Her ability to communicate with a wide range of people helped her in her political and diplomatic efforts. Cultural identity. Cleopatra identified strongly with her Egyptian heritage, even though her ancestry was of Greek origin. She adopted many traditional Egyptian symbols and customs in an attempt to connect with her subjects and legitimize her rule. She presented herself as the living embodiment of the goddess Isis, further enhancing her image among the Egyptian people. Economic and cultural reforms. Cleopatra pursued economic and cultural reforms during her reign. She aimed to stimulate Egypt's economy by investing in infrastructure projects, such as the improvement of harbors and trade routes. Additionally, she supported the arts and sciences, contributing to the flourishing of intellectual and artistic endeavors in Alexandria. Coins and iconography. Cleopatra's image was often depicted on coins, showcasing her as a powerful ruler. These coins served not only as a form of currency but also as a means of propaganda, reinforcing her authority and promoting her relationships with influential figures like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Relationship with Rome. Cleopatra's involvement with prominent Roman leaders played a significant role in her political career. Her alliances with Julius Caesar and later Mark Antony were seen as both strategic and controversial. These relationships led to accusations of her using her feminine wiles to manipulate powerful men, a narrative that has persisted in historical accounts. Depictions in art and literature. Cleopatra's story has captured the imagination of countless writers, artists, and filmmakers over the centuries. She has been portrayed in literature by authors like William Shakespeare, Antony and Cleopatra, and her life has been the subject of operas, plays, movies, and artworks. Her allure and impact continue to be explored and interpreted in various creative mediums. Historical controversies. Much of what is known about Cleopatra comes from Roman sources, many of which were written decades after her death and might have been biased. These sources often portrayed her as a seductress and manipulator, shaping a narrative that aligned with Roman political interests. As a result, modern historians must carefully analyze and sift through these accounts to construct a more accurate understanding of her life and actions. Lost knowledge. Despite her historical significance, many of Cleopatra's personal writings and documents from her reign have been lost to time. This lack of primary sources contributes to the mystery surrounding her true motivations, actions, and thoughts. Cleopatra's complex persona and her place in history as the last pharaoh of Egypt make her a captivating figure to study and learn about. Her ability to navigate the complex political landscape of her time, along with her impact on the Roman world, has solidified her as an enduring symbol of power, intrigue, and womanhood. Cleopatra's bath. Cleopatra was renowned for her luxurious lifestyle, and one of the most famous stories about her involves her bathing in a pool of milk. While historical accuracy is debated, this story has become a symbol of her opulence and extravagance. Library of Alexandria. Cleopatra was closely associated with the Library of Alexandria, one of the most famous libraries of the ancient world. While there is no definitive evidence of her direct involvement, her patronage likely contributed to the library's reputation as a center of learning and scholarship. Medical knowledge. Cleopatra was interested in medical knowledge and is said to have studied various remedies and poisons. She reportedly had access to a wide range of exotic ingredients, which she used for personal care and possibly political intrigue. Monuments and temples. Cleopatra embarked on various building projects to enhance her image and solidify her rule. She commissioned monuments, temples, and statues in both Egyptian and Greek styles. The Temple of Isis at Philae is one example of a structure attributed to her patronage. Influence on fashion. Cleopatra's style and fashion choices had a lasting impact on ancient aesthetics. Her distinctive makeup and jewelry, including the use of kohl eyeliner and vibrant colors, continue to be associated with her image. Aftermath of her death. After Cleopatra's death, Egypt became a Roman province. Her son with Julius Caesar, Caesarion, was captured and executed by Octavian's forces, effectively ending any direct line of Ptolemaic rule. Pop culture. Cleopatra's allure and mystique have continued to captivate modern audiences. Numerous films and TV shows have portrayed her, with perhaps the most iconic portrayal being Elizabeth Taylor's in the 1963 film Cleopatra. Archaeological discoveries. Over the years, archaeological excavations in Alexandria and other parts of Egypt have revealed artifacts and structures related to Cleopatra's time. These discoveries contribute to a better understanding of her era. Inspiration for political leaders. Cleopatra's political strategies and alliances have inspired political leaders throughout history. Her use of diplomacy, relationships, and image building to maintain power resonates with leaders seeking to navigate complex geopolitical landscapes. Historical myths and legends. Due to the passage of time and the blending of historical accounts with legend, Cleopatra's story has taken on mythical dimensions. This adds an element of mystery to her life, as historians work to separate fact from fiction. Cleopatra's legacy remains a symbol of both ancient Egypt and the interactions between powerful individuals in a complex historical context. Her impact on culture, politics, and gender dynamics continues to be a subject of fascination and scholarly exploration. Join us on our channel for more exciting tales from the past. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.